All right. So for today's class, the Tai Chi uh, class, we only need our chair. You want your chair at so that your hips are at the level of the knees or slightly higher, not lower. That's the ideal. Scoot to the front edge of the chair, hands on your legs. Finding Jung Jung or central upright. So if you have any slouch going on in the body, usually what we need to do is tip the pelvis a little bit forward, tip forward, chest up a bit, chin down a bit. So this little drawing down of the chin opens the back of the neck, lengthens up through the crown of the head. So you find that central pillar. And as I've said before, I'll just say again, everybody agrees that we want to create upright body, right? That's not necessarily some great insight. But what is unique in Tai Chi thinking is that how you want to keep this upright posture is different. A lot of times we think we want to make the posture and hold it there. Rather, you want to align the body and then relax everything. Relax fingers, wrists, hands, elbows, shoulders, shoulder blades, chest, belly, hips, leg. We want everything relaxed. Now, as you relax, if you find yourself slouching, then you've gone too far. So you've got to, again, do the proper amount of deep structural alignment, but we don't want to be holding with the outer layers of the body to try to keep the body upright. That exhausts them. It exhausts the body. It impedes function, and it also allows the deep structural layer of the body to not work. So if I'm doing all this work with my outside body, my inside deep muscles are basically asleep and not turned on. So as you release your outer body and then you align, you're now using the deep structural chassis of the body. So then when we relax, what happens is there's a sinking quality down through the chair, down through the feet. That's called chunwan. And then this buoyancy and lightness in the body, known as qinglin. So we've got that situation, that setup, and we improve all of that by just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. That for another 5 or 6 breath cycles. So again, you're improving everything I just took time to describe, that you both have a central pillar, but that the body is relaxed and loose wherever possible without losing that upright body. This allows a settled quality, like sediment in a glass of water naturally over time settles at the bottom of the glass, right? And it just settles there. So that's the idea of how we ground ourselves correctly, is relaxation and allowing that downward quality to go down. That plugs us into the earth. And then what's left is that clear water, that nimbleness. Now we want to use that nimbleness to move the body. So when we start moving, don't bring the tension back into your body. Keep it out. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch the back as much as you can. And then go the other way. Slide your hands forward past the knees, hollow chest, drop the head. And then do it again. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades, arching. So I use the word shape shifting, right? Changing your shape is really important so that we're not stuck in one shape. So slide those hands forward, hollow the chest, drop the head, really go into as round of a position. And then slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades, and go into the opposite shape, really arching, looking up, try to see the ceiling. Let's do that twice more. Hands forward, past the knees, hollow chest, round back, drop the head. And then slide those hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arching. Really change your shape all the way to the other direction. Hold. One more time, rounding. And arching all the way. Hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Look up. And then just settle to neutral. Now, left hand goes forward past the knee, right hand and elbow pull back, turn the shoulders, turn the head to the right. And then back to center. And then right hand forward, left hand and elbow back, turn to your left. Continue that. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. And back to center. Hang your arms loose by your side. Now shift your weight to your right buttock and side bend. Lift your left wrist up. Left foot can even disconnect from the floor. Side lean. And then back to the middle. Really important that we find the middle with the crown way up top. And then we go to the other side. Shift the weight to the left buttock. Lean. So think again, shape shift, changing shape. So we have neutral, and then we want to be able to bow the body to the side and lift this one up and this one grounded, and then back to the middle, tall. And then again, notice how my arm comes up. I don't take it out this way. It's floating up this specific route, right close to the body. Lean. One more each way. And we're back to middle. Scapula, shoulder blades. So all of you in this class have done these before. So hopefully, again, each time we come to class, it's not starting back from scratch, right? So that you're remembering what we're doing. So that's the benefit of repeating the same exercises, is that there's layers of depth and skill to each exercise. So hopefully you're getting better at these scapular protraction, elevation, retraction, sliding down, neutral. And repeat that again. So it's protract, elevate, retract, slide down, neutral. Protract, elevate, retract, slide down. And again, shape changing is really important. So we don't want to just do it like this and not make any change, right? We want to slide them around and see this shape change here. And then lift, and that's a shape change. And then when I squeeze those shoulders back, the chest comes forward. There's a shape change. And then they come down and neutral. And now I'm back to just relaxed neutral. Then forward. There has to be a shape change, a hollowing of your chest. Lifting. And then again, squeezing them back. And there's a shape change there. And then down, neutral. Now reverse. So let's go back, up, forward, down, neutral. Back and up, forward and down, neutral. Back, up, forward. One more. And relax. Bring your feet together, knees together, so the legs are out of the way. Tip forward. Float your arms forward and bring the backs of your hands to touch each other. Then go out around a big circle. Tip the hips back. And then bring the arms around and behind you and in to the body. And then we go again. Forward, swinging forward and out. Tipping back, sweeping around, behind and in. Forward, backs of hands touch, go out, around, and in. So that one we stayed low. Now we go forward and up around chest level. Big open. Palms face forward and come down. And we always return neutral. Again, shape change. This forward and up. Shape changing. Out. Down. Neutral. Forward. Up. Now the full range, forward, up, keep going up, 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 open, down, neutral, forward, up, open, down. One more. Again, we're changing shape. We're liberating the mechanisms of the body, always returning to relaxed neutral. Now, in reverse, go back and out, then around and in. So we're staying low for the first round. Neutral, back and out, around, in. Neutral, back and out and around. So eventually this becomes fluid, graceful and fluid. Now it's out and up, forward, closed, down, neutral, back, open, out, forward, close. Make sure you've cleared the stuff out of your way so you have room, right? You want to make sure you have that so that you can actually explore the full range of all of your mechanisms. And then we go for that full range of arms back and out and up, and then they keep going up and keep going up and keep going up and over, out in front, down. So the important term, especially in the beginning of the practice, is dynamic separation. So we're pulling the parts of the body apart from each other because they're stuck together either through tension or collapse. One more. So they've either sort of lost cabin pressure and they're falling in on each other, the different layers of tissue and joints, or they're stuck together kind of like glue. Either way, we want to separate and liberate those parts. Now, scoot a little bit back on your chair so you're very stable. And let's go lift right knee, flex right foot, and pull the whole leg in a bit. So you're loading, push. So same idea about separation. We're lengthening that leg and then drawing it back up and then setting the foot down. This leg, load, push, load, and down. And remember, we're thinking loose, we're thinking pliable. So it's this fold, extend, fold, down. This one, fold, bringing it up and in, extend, full range, bring it back up, down. Now, foot and ankle, straighten the leg. We go point and flex, and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and then tilt in, tilt out, in and out. And then circle, in, point, out, flex. Remember, separation. So each time around with the foot, you're unraveling it. You're separating it so there's a little more room, a little more function. Reverse the circle, out to in, creating space and more space and more space with each round. Set that foot down, other foot, point, flex, space. And then tilt that foot a little bit in, out, in, out, in, out. Now circle, in, point, out, flex, circles. Reverse circles, out to in. And down. Scoot all the way forward again on your chair. Again, keep in mind this idea of separation. We're separating the parts from each other. Step your feet wider apart than hip distance. Lift the toes, your heels touching the ground. Now turn the toes and the knees in. So now we're closing the quad or hip space. Now lift your toes and turn out, opening this hip space. And then lift the toes and turn in. Lift the toes and turn out. In, out. In, out. So with each round, we're sort of wringing out the rag. We're feeding juice, fluid, space inside the relationships between the thigh bone and the hip socket. Rather than it being stuck together, we want it plump and fluid. Now back to neutral. Using that same space, hip hinge. Fold. Sit vertical. Sit back. And you may notice this same series, these are sort of the foundational movements, you could say. There's, of course, always ways to get more intricate in our joint mobilization, but this is just the most basic joint mobilization that we better do every single day, right? I do things like this every day for my body. If I'm doing it, you should be doing it twice as much or 3 times as much, given how important it is to keep that body functioning, right? Now, back to neutral. Hang your arms loose. Slide your feet back a little bit. Now, hip hinge. Let your arms hang loose and float your arms a little out in front of your ankles. And then just go a little bit forward. And then push through the earth and rise tall. First movement to sit down is this hip hinge, but don't go further than this. So first, get to this place where you haven't bent your knees. You're hinging at the hips. Then keep folding at the hips. Sitting here, that will bend your knees. So make sure you don't push your knees forward. Sit the buttocks and keep the shoulders and arms in front to counterweight. And then you get down to the chair and back. We'll do it again. So it's this folding. So we haven't tried to stand up yet. All we're doing is folding. And then we just pour the body weight forward so it goes down the legs. Then we can stand up. So ideally, you should be able to use softness to stand up, not tension and force. Same thing here. We're just controlling the sliding, gliding parts, folding at the hips, sinking the buttocks, landing. If you can do it slow and soft, eventually you can pop right up with that same softness, right? You can just go. So feel free to start to add that attempt of going a little faster. Same thing here. If I get really good at just relaxing, boom, I sat down pretty quick using that soft, supple quality. So that's the beauty of Tai Chi. You slow down at first so that you can regain hydraulic control. Right? But once you start to really have hydraulic control, the body gets this pop back. It gets this function. But we got to slow down to find it. Now, don't sit in the chair. Use this one to sink and dangle your arms down, maybe even touch your toes, your shins, the floor, right? Let your back round a bit, and then come all the way back up to standing. So shape shifting. Again, the spinal column, allowing it to gently round as you go down and dangle these arms loose and then stand back tall, all the way tall. So again, for these, we're not sitting in the chair. Two more, the Tai Chi squat where you fold and you sink. Right, my chair's here, but I don't sit in it. And rise. And one more. Okay, so now we're standing. Let's do our Tai Chi. So usually in Tai Chi, you take a slightly wider stance than normal. So shift your weight into one leg, step the empty foot out to the side a little, and then shift to the middle, finding that middle position. Soft through the knee joints, so you're not locked. Soft. Tail, kind of as if it's being drawn to the ground, right? So you see that shape that my legs are making and that my low back is making. That's very different than locked knees with the butt out, right? And Lana, this is always the answer to your question when you say, hey, my lower back hurts. And a lot of people report that when doing Tai Chi, because if I'm stuck like this with my back like this and I'm doing Tai Chi, I'm wearing this out. And the correction is that. And then we do Tai Chi, right? From in this relationship. So that's something you want to become more and more and more aware of. We've got the legs slightly sunk, the tail is down, arms are loose. Now, an important part with the arms is that they say it's like a bird egg inside of the armpit. But we don't want to hold them there. It's that when the body's really relaxed and there's good flow, there's this little space here, there's this float. So one way I like to engage that is squeeze your arms in like you're crushing that space, and then just stop squeezing them in. Let them go. Let your arms go. And there should be a little float of your arms away from your body. So again, squeeze in the armpits, squeeze. And notice this isn't natural, and this also wouldn't help us be more balanced. But a lot of people do this when they feel like they're going to fall down. They tighten. But what we should do is relax, let go. So go ahead and let go of those arms. One more time. Squeeze and release. So you're releasing chest and armpit and upper back. Now with these relaxed arms, float, rising. And then at the top here, Settle the arms, elbows, forearms, wrists until you get to this shape, and then sweep down and behind you. And then relax the wrists so that on the way up, look how much fold there is at my wrist. My fingers are pointing down. And that shape allows for this shape change, which is therapeutic for the joints and tissue and also a good challenge for our nervous system all the way down. So remember what I said, you slow down at first to get this specificity, to get precision, to say, okay, yeah, I'm aware my wrists are relaxed, arms are kind of round, there's this hollow space, and then this settling of the shoulder blades, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, heels of hands, fingers. So we're training fluidity, soft, relaxed wrists, rising. That little fluid chain. Now scoop the hands in front and we go open. And then scapula settle, upper arm settle, elbow settle, forearm settle, heels of hands settle, sweep the crane wings down. And then make that little round shape and open. Then settle the shoulder blades, arm bones, elbows, forearms, wrists, heels of hands down. All the way in. Again, wing. Blow through the air, make that fluid change. Now, wings, roll, turn so your palms face up, fold at the elbows, hands come over, settle down through the middle. Wing, roll, fold, down. Wing, roll, fold. Down. One more. Fluid, smooth movement. Complementary movement. Backs of hands to each other. Come up. Turn your palms forward. Go out over top, all the way out to the wings. Down. Turn the arms so backs of hands face each other. Come up. Palms face forward as you go out over top. Wing. Backs of hands face each other. Come up. Out over top. Wing. Fluid. Now, one of each makes embrace the moon. Wings. Now, turn right palm up, fold over top, left hand sweeps under simultaneously, top and bottom. Then two magnets attract. They come towards each other. Then they repel away from each other. Then the right hand goes over top as the left hand wing. Then the left hand over top, right hand underneath. And then magnets attract. They repel. And then around. Over and under. Attract. Hands should be touching here. Then they repel from each other. One more. Down. Scoop and bring the hands up. All the way up, 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 up. And then turn the palms over. Down. Let's add to that this awareness of body rising and sinking. So as the hands come up, straighten your legs almost to locked, straighten the body, lift all the way up. And now we've opened up all this room to sink. So then sink the legs a little, or sink the tail, which bends the legs. As the hands come down, settle through the torso, settle through the arms, all the way down. So now we're getting this rise and sink. And this rise and sink. Now scoop the hands up to chest level, pull the elbows back, turn the palms to face forward, push. Full extend, come around the backside and draw. Turn the hands and push. Turn the hands and draw. Turn hands, push. Draw. Push. Draw. Now just your left hand push. As this left hand pushes, full extend, the middle of the body will rotate, or you'll rotate around the middle of the body a little bit. Turn left hand to face your body, right hand face forward. One push, one draw. Turning around this middle pivot in the body. And then turn, turn. This hand ready for push, push, and draw. Simultaneously turn both palms and then draw, push. Simultaneously turn both palms. Very good. And then push and draw. Make sure you're standing up straight, chest up, head up. Push, draw. Now both hands back, down, relax. Make sure again that you don't have the sneak out of the butt and the lock of the knees. Keep the tail down. With that position, now shift your weight over to your right leg, back to the middle, and then over to your left leg. We want to move from the groin and the belly and the low back so that the Zhongjung central upright stays intact. We're changing left and changing right. Now, change to your left leg, stay there, and from the middle pivot, just turn a few degrees to the left. Stay turned to your left as you shift to the right leg, and then turn a few degrees to the right. And then shift, turn. Let your alive hands start to get involved. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. Shift and turn, brush, sweep. Start to get clear and specific with the hands. Both palms are facing to the left, and since they're facing this way, the same shape shift idea, then they have all of that turning that they can do, right? Again, so if I just do this and my hands never change, because I never turn them one way, I can't develop turning the other way. So that's the yin and yang of it, is that because you've let your hands turn that way, you get to then practice the turning the other way. And then because they're turned the other way, they can turn the other way, right? And so that's the health of the body is upkept through just using the mechanisms. So be clear, both palms facing the right as you're going right, 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 right. Then at the very end, they turn, and now they're both facing the left. Just be clear on that. Last one here, shift and turn. Now, staying in your right leg, turn your right palm to face forward and lift it up around chest level. Left hand is down in the water. So now we're going shift, turn, brush knee, and swat that jumping fish. Then that hand falls down, As the left arm floats up, now we're loaded and ready to go. Shift, turn, brush knee, swap the jumping fish. Left hand goes down as right arm floats up. Now we're ready to go. Shift, turn, brush, swap. Right hand down, left arm up. Shift, turn, brush knee, swap the fish. Now go for a little higher fish. So hand around face level. Shift and turn, brush knee down low, swat a little higher. And again, right hand load, left hand up around head level. Maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. It's not so important precise, but it's the idea of the general region. And then let's go the highest jumping fish. So now reach like you're trying to scrape the ceiling, scrape the sky. And then bring that arm down and settle through the body. So on this one, we add this rising, straightening up, turning, and then settling through the body, sinking. And again, rising, tall, turn, settle through the body. Rising tall, turn, settle through the body. Now stay here. Let's go wing, roll. So now it should be your left arm up. So your right hand is down, James. Right hand down. Left arm wing, roll, fold. Fold at the elbow. Now we're loaded and ready for shift, turn, brush knee, and push. Now the left hand goes down into the water as the right arm wing, roll, fold. Shift, turn, brush knee down low, push right around chest level. Then they change position. So right hand goes down, left arm wing, roll, fold, shift, turn, brush, and push. Left hand going down as right arm wing, roll, fold. Shift, then turn, brush knee, and push. Hands change, right hand down, left arm wing, roll, fold. Shift, turn, brush, push. Left hand down, left hand down. Right arm wing, roll, fold. Shift, turn, brush, knee, push. Right hand down, left arm wing, roll, fold. Shift, turn, brush, push. Now pause here. So everyone should have their weight in the right leg. Left foot, step it just a little bit behind you. Toes turned out a few degrees, not too many. Shift the weight into that left leg. Left hand down, bend your right elbow, point your fingers to the sky, and put your right foot out in front with no body weight. So we've got 100% weight, 0. That's the ideal, okay? Golden rooster stands on one leg. Bring your right foot back, heels touching, toes turned out. Now change the weight to the right leg. Right hand goes down as you bend the left elbow, pointing fingers up. Put the left foot out with no body weight. When you step it out, you keep the weight back here. Bring the empty left foot back into position. Change the weight to the left leg. The hands change. Left hand goes down, right arm, right elbow bend, fingers point up, and the foot touches out in front. Bring the foot back with no body weight. Change the weight. Hands change. Boom. Right? So we got to change shape completely. So right now, you should have your weight in your right leg, your left foot out in front, your left hand up. So James, I think you're stuck. There you go. So don't get stuck. Right? That's what we're doing. We're unsticking the internet connection. Bring the left foot back. Change the body weight into the left leg. The hands change, and the right foot steps out, toe touch. Bring that right foot back. Change, the hands change. Now, added challenge. This is where you got to be careful. But now we go, okay, option one is your empty foot. Just try to take the foot off the ground a little bit. So for some of you, this is your whole exercise is it empty enough to just lift the toe and put the toe back in? The next level would be the toe disconnects and you lift the knee. And then the third would be you lift it all the way. But you got to be careful here. And bring it back down. So it's the whole leg. Down. Whole leg. And down. Let's do that on the other side. Bring the left foot back. Change your weight into the left leg. The hands change. Left hand down, right hand up. Put the right toes out in front. Level one is just simply, can you disconnect the toe from the ground and put it back down? All right? Be safe. Next would be a little lift, bending the knee, and then back down. All right? Third would be full lift, down. So your right hand should be up, left hand should be down for this one. Now we change sides each time and go for whatever lift level we can achieve. So bring the right foot into position, put all the weight into your right foot. As the hands change, go ahead and lift this foot or leg the amount that you can. Then you put that foot down, empty, change the weight onto it, and then all together, left hand down, right hand and foot. Put that right foot down with no body weight in it. Then when you change the weight, bring the hands to their change and the leg. Change. So the golden rooster stands on one leg, and just remember, Zhong Zheng, central pillar. Chun One is letting that which can sink out of the body by relaxing. So this is a perfect time to practice that, because as soon as we start picking a foot up off the ground, the tendency is going to be to grab your body. And you want to get better and better at not doing that. And using Qing Ling, lightness, nimbleness, fluidity, buoyancy. But that buoyancy requires that we soften all the weight out of the body and we don't grab. Relax. One more each side. So it's the down that allows the up, right? And so in Monday's class, we work on this using the chair, and Tai Chi just adds sophistication to the challenge. Now, wide stance. Change your weight and turn. Let's wash the paws again. Wash the paws so the arms are down, loose. Now, as you go to your right, stay in your right, sweep the left hand and vapor rise up. Now we've got cloud and lake. So it's shift, turn, cloud, lake. Cloud rains down, lake vapors up, and then we go shift, turn, cloud, lake. Then they change, shift, turn, cloud, lake, vapor and rain. Let's add the challenge now. So as you shift to your right leg and turn to your right, bring that left foot in as you change your hands. And then step that left foot out without any weight, and then shift, turn. Now on this side, as you change your hands, bring the right foot in, and then step it back out. Shift, turn, cloud, lake. As you vapor and rain, bring the left foot in turn. And then bring that right foot in, out, shift and turn. Keep your right hand high, left hand low, James. So keep them at this level. And then when they change, they just change. So what was low goes high. You didn't change. You forgot to change. Change your hands, I mean. Change your hands. So now you're off. So bring your right hand high, your left hand low. So shift and turn. Now when I say change, I mean change the hands. Boom. What is low goes high, what is high goes low. Bring that foot in, back out. Now we shift, turn, cloud lake. As you change the hands, bring the right foot in and out. So that's when you start to get the polish to this movement, is it starts to have this fluidity, this loose quality through the whole body as you're moving, light, nimble. Now pause here, take your left hand behind your back. Your right hand is down low by the left hip, palm facing up. Now this hand goes forward, right? And shift and turn, it's called flying diagonal, comes all the way up to this corner over here. Turn the palm out and then sweep it down like a crane wing. Sweep across the lake and be down here by the left hip. So see where my hand is, James? You've gotten all the way up to here. Bring your right hand down here to the hip. And turn the palm up. Yes. So this position, the arm is going to go on a diagonal. That happens as you shift and turn. And then turn the palm out. The wing sweeps down. Sweep down the wing. Over here. Down over here. Over here, like a wing. Down. And then sweep the lake close to your body. See how close to my body I am? My hands are right in front of my body. Yeah. So sweep the lake close to the body. Now we go far away. We're going out and around. That's called flying diagonal. Turn the palm out, wing, stay close to your body, lake, and then it's right in front of the hip, and then it goes out and up to this corner. Turn the palm out, wing. Let's do that one more time. And we're still just shifting and turning, right? We've shifted and turned this way, and then we shift and turn this way. And then we shift and turn this way. Let's do that with the other hand. Bring your left hand out. Bring the left hand in front of the right hip. In front of the right hip, put your right hand behind your back so it's no longer in the game. And then this left hand forward, shift and turn. It goes up and out. Then turn the left palm out, sweep a crane wing down, and then sweep across the leg. And we do it again. Flying diagonal. Up, out, and across. Turn the palm out, wing, lake, bottom of ball, and then flying diagonal. Turn the palm out, wing, lake, bottom of ball, and then flying diagonal. Turn the palm out, sweep down, sweep. Now both hands out, wash your paws. Settle back to neutral, just standing loose and relaxed. Everything dropped. Now put your right hand at the bottom of a ball. Put your right hand at the bottom of a ball, left hand on top of a ball. And then, like they're on two parallel tracks, out and then back along the same track. Out and back. Now that same movement, except do it on the diagonal. So this hand, remember what we were just doing, that flying diagonal, this hand does a complementary move. And then we come back. So one is high, one is low. And by the time you finish the movement, the one that was high is low, the one that was low is high. And return. This is called stroking the wild horse's mane. Kind of a beautiful idea, right? Now pause here in full extension. Turn your right palm out, your left palm up. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up, and then right hand under, left hand over. So that's embracing the moon. And then let's do it again, the stroke wild horse's mane. So this, wait a minute, wait for it. So James, what you just did was you brought your arm out like that. Remember this move that we just did, that flying diagonal and the complementary diagonal movement. And then we got to embrace the moon to reload. So right hand turns out, left hand turns up. Embrace. Big circle. Right hand under. So you did it backwards. Right hand under, left hand over. There you go. So now, stroke wild horse's mane. So this left hand has to go down, down, right? And the right hand has to go up. Together they go down and, yeah, that's right. So at first it's a weird movement, but then eventually it starts to really make sense. So basically we're going stroke wild horse's mane, embrace the moon to come back to a circle. Stroke wild horse's mane, embrace the moon. So look what my left hand is doing, what this hand is doing, and what this hand is doing. They're going like that around the circle. Yep. So now shift into your left leg and turn left. So we're loaded. And then we go shift and turn and stroke wild horse's mane. So the movement we just did, everything I'm doing is building on what we just did. So James, stay with me, buddy. You're right there. You're just very close. So keep your mind with it. Left hand high. Right hand low. Shift right, turn right as you stroke wild horse's mane. So look at the left hand. Look at your left hand. It's got to go down as the right hand goes up. Yes, that. So it's that separation. But when you finish it, now hold this separation. Hold it. The right hand goes down, the left hand comes up. Left hand up. And then they make a ball. Over and under. Let's do two more. So again, remember, it's this separating movement while you shift and turn. And then around. And shift and turn, stroke wild horses. Now, sweep across, cross. Look at what my hands are doing. Look at my hands. Right? Just letting them go. Now, left hand under. Right hand over top. Stroke. So see how they're both moving, right? So this is the challenge. We're full extend, full extend. See how they're all the way extended, all the way, all the way, all the way, go, 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 there. And then back. And then extend. Right, so the whole thing, the internet connection getting stuck and buffering, we're trying to break through that. Look at what I'm doing. So just because I'm talking, don't lose track of what my body's doing. I'm teaching with my words and my body. Now, on the diagonal, so that your left hand is down by your right hip, left hand down by right hip, right hand up top. Now we're going diagonal, diagonal, and back. Diagonal, and back. Diagonal, Left hand turns palm out, right hand turns palm up. Embrace the moon all the way around. And again, stroke wild horse's mane. So this one's difficult, right? So it's just adding challenge on top of what we're doing. The fact that it's difficult is the medicine of it. So we're shifting now. We're turning, stroking wild horse's mane. Then turn left hand out, right hand up. Your left hand under, your right hand over. Shift and turn. Embrace the moon. Shift and turn. Embrace the moon. Right? And really what we're training is the middle. We're training this centered quality that whether we're extended or we're gathered, whether we're turned left or whether we're turned right, that we feel that we have middle equilibrium. And then both hands down, wash your paws back to center. And then let's close with that Sync Chi wash organs movement. So rock to your heels, open, lift. Rock to your toes, sweep around, palms up. Rock to your heels, bringing in, settling to the middle of the feet, hands settle to the belly, and then hips back and sit the buttocks and release. Back to standing. Rock back a little, open and lift. Rock forward, sweep around. Palms up, rock back, bringing in the upper, settle to the middle, hips back, hollow the front of the body, broaden the back of the body, sink and release everything out. And one more time. This is like a final plumbing flush. We're just flushing the plumbing, flushing the nervous system, returning everything to easy, natural flow. And then closing with sink the chi to the belly. Wing, roll, fold, settle right to the belly. And then seal the practice. 1, 2. And then that little hand position, grab, hold. Thank you, everybody. Great job. So any questions, please unmute.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Marjan. Great work.
Thank you.
You're getting smoother.
Yeah.
You're getting more and more smooth with that movement. So I love it. Great job.